Hey, what is going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. Welcome to another trade recap. And if you haven't seen my previous video, I recommend you go ahead and watch it. I'm going to actually leave it in the top right corner here if you haven't seen it yet, or just simply go on my YouTube channel and go the previous video before, of course, this one that I'm recording right now. So you can understand, right? I posted a masterclass based on market structure simplified, and I'm actually going to show you right here pretty much what I did yesterday and today based on that, because the opportunities were presented, right? So as you can see, this was the push to the upside here that we had on Wednesday. Skyrocket. We had a big push to the upside, straight up. Pretty much like if we go higher time frame, which, by the way, this is the crash that happened today. I'll explain that later. But is this push, right? This push on Wednesday, right? So overnight during Asian session and London session, price started to pull back, right? So to have an idea, okay, remember what I explained. Again, make sure to check the video, right? Right here, based on market structure, whenever we have a trend, of course, after an impulse, we have a correction. We know that there must be a correction. The price has to rebalance. When it's going to rebalance, we don't know exactly when it's going to rebalance, but we know that eventually price will rebalance. And with this in mind, we can make our conclusion, right? We can make our hypothesis, sorry for my pronunciation, hypothesis, and sort of have an idea, right? Okay, well, if we just recently had an impulse, we are going to be pulling back. So we look for our signs, right, of a reversal. And so after this impulse, I don't trade Asian session, right? So I'm just waiting for New York session, which is opening right here. Price is already showing some signs of pulling back, right? Ever since it created that high right here, price to start displacing to the downside with a change of state. Well, basically, if we see it on the 1 hour, we have a change of state. We had a bearish fair value gap. So notice that price starts creating, right? It starts failing, creating higher highs, and instead it starts creating lower lows. So it creates a low, lower high, lower low, right? So it's a sign that price, it's most likely correcting, right? It will correct itself. It's going to look for discount, right? It's going to try to look for discount. If you use your Fibonacci from the low point of this whole impulse right here, from the low to the high, just to understand, okay, we are in discount, right? Below 50%. So on top of that, of course, we have this gigantic 4-hour fair value gap that we use as our higher time frame PD arrays. So on the previous day, on Thursday, I took a sale, right? I actually got a couple losses. And here was also trying to continue looking for sales because I wanted to target the fair value gap right here. It actually got me on break even after the drop, pull back, got me on break even. I was trying to just get a continuation to the downside, but just ended up getting me out on break even. So that day pretty much was over for me. And then today, this happened overnight again. If you notice, we had this very strong reaction as soon as we tapped the 4-hour here. So we corrected. We got the impulse, we got the correction, and now we just pushed up, right? Now, listen to this and pay attention. The market did not go straight to the high. Why did it not go straight to the high? Because it's giving the opportunity now to New York session, right, to enter, right? So New York session traders to go long. It's giving you the chance. Sometimes it's just not going to give you the chance at all. The price will just go straight up during London. Unfortunately, bye-bye, that's gone, right? When this particular day, overnight, we pushed up. I understand. By the time New York session is opening right here, I already see the move, right? The big impulse that we have and that we respected at 4 hours. So in higher time frame, I am very, very bullish, right? Very bullish. And I am looking to target this highs. Plus, now we have like a triple top. You can see right here, right? We have this high, also this high. It's a very attractive uh, liquidity area right now that we have. All of these relative equal highs plus that record high. And New York session is opening right here. I know for sure. I know it's very clear. The bias right now is very clear. And it's easy to see where we are, right? This was the sell side of the curve. And now I'm in the buy side of the curve, right? From the moment the price shift structure right here from bearish to bullish, now I know I'm in the buy side of the curve, right? So it's my job to now look for those entries. What am I seeing? So after this impulse, you can use the Fibonacci as well, or the Gantt box, whatever, just to identify where is the midpoint, right? Midpoint, which is somewhere here, right? Discount. So notice that price did actually go low right here and tapped this higher time frame fair value gap. Plus, it also entered in discount, right? So after tapping discount, notice a big reaction to the upside, right? You see the strong reaction already happening to the upside, right? Now, what am I doing? Now, New York session opens here. This gray zone, this is 8 a.m. in the morning. So New York session, I only trade New York session in the morning. So I already identified, okay, what the price was doing based on higher time frame. I'm already having my bias, right? That is strongly bullish for the day. So with this impulse, I waited. I wanted to wait for the stock exchange to open, ideally, since we didn't have any news. We had an impulse. Price. Notice that price actually pulled back again, corrected. All right. The cycle repeats again. It's over and over because that's what price does. Always, right? It's always in constant impulse correction, impulse correction. After an impulse, there is a correction, right? So price entered discount, and it was somewhere around this area right here on the 2-minute time frame that I spotted this changing the state of delivery, right? Sweep, then changing the state of delivery. It's not happening in the middle of nowhere, right? It's happening right at discount. I didn't have a clear fair value gap right here. I want to say probably it was this one, but that fair value gap is not on discount. It's actually on premium. I don't know if you can see there. So that's why I wasn't paying much attention to that. I didn't get any clear fair value gap, probably this inversion right here. So it was a matter of, in this case, of that change in the state and that big explosion to the upside. So I had a breaker block. I had a fair value gap. So this breaker block right here, you can see that price pulled back to the breaker and to the fair value gap as well, right? And then at what time was this? It was 9:28. So it was actually this candle. When this candle started, it opened. It was starting to move. I entered immediately. I was not trading on my computer today because my computer, unfortunately, I broke my screen last night. So I was trading from my phone. So I took the entry. And this thing, of course, the first volatility almost get me out. For a moment, I thought it was going to get me out, but it got a little volatile. Placed my stop loss below the swing low right here. And I was just literally targeting the record high. I knew somehow we were going to go here. If we struggle right here, which was what I was thinking, probably, oh, this shit is probably going to just be nasty and then eventually go up, right? So I knew that I could probably get stopped out. However, it was respected. That swing low right here was respected, right? And price did skyrocket and hit the final TP, right? Sweeping all this liquidity. And guess what? After that, price did a very strong reversal. If I was looking for sales, I could have sell from here because it wasn't nice. You see, you get that manipulation, changing the state with a lot of momentum. Price pulls back, There's another unicorn right there, another breaker and a fair value gap. So it's a nice unicorn. And well, sometime around this area right here, Donald Trump started or tweeted or something about the tariffs in China. He raised the tariffs to 100% or something like that. It was nasty, and that shit just melted, right? And it dropped. I have not seen it drop like this in like for a long time now. Look at this. Look at this melt right here. So literally drop. If we go from all the way to the top to here, it dropped about 1,200. So 1,212 pips or ticks. Those who call it ticks, 12,000 ticks. So, anyways, gigantic, right? Gigantic. And that's thanks to the tariffs. So, to be honest, I think it was about time. It was necessary this pullback to happen. Markets were so overbought. The same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually crashed really hard with that as well, hitting the 110. So massive, 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 massive. Ethereum, everything dropped. Gold is the one that is just still flying. You know, it's alone at the top. It's actually getting back up. It dropped, but this was on Thursday, but now it's correcting. But anyways, crazy, crazy with the news. So I hope it makes sense, guys. What I'm trying to show you here is just a follow up pretty much after I posted this masterclass simplified. Just let me know if you're confused. Let me know if it helps, if this videos for free education helps you. I want to hear from you guys. And let me know if you want to see something else about this structure. If you want to see more videos about this, similar to this, just let me know, right? And I will keep you guys updated. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.